Well, good morning from Lion's Head. It's my day 3, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a shot of what I'm looking at this morning. So this is Lion's Head Bay and Marina, and you can see Lion's Head Escarpment and Provincial Park up there, which is where I was struggling to get through yesterday. It's kind of quaint, pretty quiet. And over there you can see the campground, which is where I did not stay. Well, it looks like there's quite a few places to stay in town. Lots of cottages. There was a hostel, which is where I stayed. I'm going to reach out to the owner after I get back and see if they're okay with mentioning them on my my video here. Short-ish day at about 10 kilometers, so hoping to get there by about 3 o'clock, if not sooner. Set up camp at Reed's Dump and enjoy a relaxing evening at the waterfront. So yeah, if you're looking for a place to stay in Lion's Head, there's multiple options. Do your research, figure out what you want, and fair warning, even though it's the weekend or like the Monday, Tuesday before the May 2-4 weekend, in Ontario, things are already booked up, so plan ahead, definitely. Anyways, I'm gonna hit the trail and try and work out some soreness in the calves still, and we'll check in a little bit later. See you guys. So I haven't traveled that far outside of Lion's Head. I'm only, I don't know, maybe a few hundred meters, but I came across this and I thought I'd share. Let's go take a look. Well, there's a risk of falling rocks, so I doubt very much you're gonna... Oh. Hi, little buddy. Basking in the sun. Although he looks a little on the dead side. How cool is that? So just a little taste of the trail this morning, and I'm literally just steps away from that rock formation that I showed you earlier. But hopefully I'm not jinxing things for the day when I say this, that so far at least the terrain is a lot calmer. Obviously there's still, you know, rocks and tree roots and stuff like that to navigate around, but much easier on the feet and the legs. Although the few steps that I had to take in terms of, you know, climbing, definitely felt those in the thighs. So yeah, but very, very pretty. I like the cordage, even though it's, you know, mainly to protect what's on the side here, but still a cute effect for the trail. And of course you can hear the lake to my right. And again, just a little taste so you guys have an idea what the trail looks like today. Wasn't really a lot after Lion's Head. There was about approximately a 5-kilometer hike down Isthmus Road. Now, mind you, the scenery of the water was beautiful. There were some absolutely stunning houses, so if nothing else, it was really nice to look at. But at least that accounts for, again, roughly half of my overall hike today. And as you can see, I'm kind of back on the trail. Well, back in the woods anyways. And on my way to Reed's Dump. Not sure what the terrain is gonna hold for me today. Hopefully it's somewhat easygoing. Calves are definitely sore and tight. Definitely need to stretch more. So, but if all goes well, maybe a nice little soak in the lake, and early to bed, and a very, very long day tomorrow. About 25-26 kilometers to Mountain Trout campground. So not exactly looking forward to that, you know, considering the terrain and my current condition. but slowly but surely, right folks? Anyways, stay tuned, and more to come. So just a quick update. Seem to have left the forested or treed area. Nice little path. Bit of a clearing and a stream, in case you're looking for water. So I will say that the 5 kilometers or so that we're road walking along Isthmus Road, although you're right next to the lake, you might get yelled at because all of the lakeside property is all private. So there was one bridge that went over a bit of a stream or drainage, something. But I didn't really see clear access to the water. So my suggestion would be to fill up as much as you can in Lion's Head, and if you go through a lot of water like I do, especially in the summer months, that stream that I just showed you is the first water source that I've come across. So we get through a really nice field of just grass and started getting into the forested area again, and all of a sudden, huge hole in the ground. So it's easily 2 stories deep, and of course the trees are growing out of it. You can see the water off in the distance. Very, very cool stuff. Guesstimate 2 to 3 kilometers away from Reed's Dump, so really nice, manageable day. I'm not going to say easy, I'd say manageable. So should be a decent day to relax the legs a little bit and rest up for tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Till then. Well guys, I just had to share this with you because it was such a beautiful view. As you can see, I'm at the White Cliff side trail, but get a load of this. Nothing but water. Absolutely stunning. You'd think that you'd be looking out onto an ocean, and this isn't even the largest of the Great Lakes. Absolutely beautiful. Had a bit of lunch earlier. Actually did some stretching for once. My massage therapist would be happy. And according to the Bruce Trail app, I got a little bit more than 3 kilometers to Reed's Dump. So a little bit further yet, maybe about an hour and a half, depending on the terrain. And yeah, we'll check in a little bit later. Well, good afternoon, folks. It's 3:30, and I've actually made it to Reed's Dump. Actually, a little while ago, I was setting up my tent, and there was another hiker who was here at the beach, well, shoreline. So we ended up talking for a little bit. When you come down the descent for Reed's Dump, there's a little bit of a plateau, which I'm assuming is where it's meant for you to set up your tents, but it was actually really, really soggy. So actually there was also a sign for toilet. So I checked that out. Doesn't really seem to be all that much other than maybe a couple holes in the ground that are now covered up with rock. So not really a backcountry camp, backcountry latrine. But I did check out the shoreline just to see what it looked like, and I decided to set up my tent here. It's a little rocky, actually it's really rocky, but I just can't say no. So here's the tent, and this is my view. quite the sight. So with that, I am going to make myself a meal downwind, and I'm going to fill up some water, see just how cold that water is, which I'm assuming is pretty cold for middle of May. Turn in early and get an early start for another massive day tomorrow. So with that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, comments, or concerns about what you've seen today? It was a pretty short day, so I can't imagine there would be much. But feel free to put those in the comments below. And as always, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe to the channel and to the video. Much appreciated, and hope to see you out there. One more thing before I turn in for the night. So as you can see behind me, that's the sign for the side trail for Reed's Dump. So I'm at the bottom of that side trail, and you can probably hear the waves behind me. Trees open up, angels sing, and here you have a beautiful scene. But there wasn't really any description as to where you pitch your tent. And I did mention earlier that there's like a little bit of a plateau up above where, you know, it looks like you can kind of pitch your tent, and the toilet, according to the sign, is just, you know, down that same plateau, but it's kind of soggy. So I thought I was just going to make camp at the shoreline on the rock. But as I was kind of getting dinner ready and I was just kind of exploring a little bit, truth be told, I had to take a pee, and I noticed that there was a clearing behind the trees. Truth. Anyways, so I thought I would show you exactly what this place has to offer so that you can come prepared and you don't think what I did and you pitch your tent either up on the soggy plateau or on the rocky shoreline. So I'm just going to switch lenses and I'll show you exactly where I went. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so recap: sign, trail up to the main trail. Very, very rocky shoreline. This is definitely not a beach. Let me be absolutely clear. This is nothing but rock of various sizes. I thought I saw some, you know, flat-ish places where I could pitch a tent, but my knees were complaining as soon as I pitched the tent. Anyways, and of course it was difficult to try and stake down, blah, 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 blah. So if you turn to your right, okay, so you're now pointing or looking towards Lion's Head, and you got the side trail behind you. We're going to go down the shoreline a little bit, and I'm going to point out that kind of like lonely bare tree there, okay? That tiny little stick. Think of a Charlie Brown Christmas. And as you can see, there's no signage here. It was just coincidence and happy chance that I found this. But, oh look, there appears to be a pathway. Let's go up said pathway. Okay. So away we go. Up we go. Oh, look. So at least here, it's obvious that somebody has made a bit of a campfire, and I don't really see where you would kind of set up a tent here. You know, maybe here, although you do have a little bit of a angle down towards the water. Maybe if you move these rocks, you do have a couple of trees there that you could set up a hammock, but gotta mind that post, obviously. But if we keep going, and I'm going to say that this is somewhat intentional only because there's actual signage here. And already you can kind of see that. And notice to say, yes, I have moved my tent while my dinner was reconstituting. So we have a little bit more of a clearing, and see what I mean by signage. And again, signs of campfire. And my own little entrance, actually entrances. And just a little bit of a survey of what else is up here. I didn't really go up top all that much. There does appear to be a bit of a pathway here. So by all means, if you use Reed's Dump, you don't necessarily have to use that plateau up above. It'll save you a bit of a trip down to the water, but by all means, I'm sure you're going to be using the water anyways, either to refill or come down here anyway. So, but yeah, this was not in the guidebook at all, I don't believe. It was certainly not mentioned in the new trail app. I didn't come across any mention of this on any other postings. I'm going to finish setting up my bed for the night and make some notes from my day and turn in. It's going to be a very long day tomorrow. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. Hope to see you out there.